So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of Zephyr War Games, bringing you my updated pure build Madolche deck profile. So some of you guys may remember back in the early ages of Zephyr War Games, I actually had this deck profiled. And this is, deck 1 Yukine pure build Madolches. So I do have a second build with the Brilliant Engine, but I probably will prefer to do the pure build on here. Aside from that, you can. I've done it on my own channel, so if Dale doesn't want it, it's already on there. Anyway, let's get straight into it.
Before you get started, let's not sell yourself short.
Yeah.
This also went first place today as well at Hatfield Locals. I believe you went 4-0 coming up against.
Okay, today's locals came first 4-0 against. First was Blue Eyes. That was kind of like one of those nice games. Then came against Carl's Necros. It all came pretty much only because I opened a Raigeki for my first game, and it got from there. Game 3, match 3, I played against Pendulum Magicians. That was quite, once again, like, I opened up with game 1 with the Dark Hold for it to be force negated, and then played evenly. And then he later in his game he desires all his like low scales, and then game 3 was against Altergeist. It was pretty funny. Basically game 2, game 3, he didn't draw any Altergeist, but was it the Marionetta in the entire match, honestly, and he burnt himself for 700 with Imperial Order for game and the match. So that was my match, my sort of games today. Anyway, on to the deck build. It's been so long since I've done this in a while. So first, and starting straight off, you play Triple Mageline. Best girl, best Madolche, is now a +4 on her own. Nothing to be said. Still is the most expensive Madolche in this, of the lot anyway, and hasn't been reprinted since. Okay, next we have the new Madolche, Madolche Petting Successor. So just to read her effect, she basically, if you have no monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon her from your hand. And then the second effect is, if this card's been special summoned, you can special summon one Madolche from your deck, reduce its level by 1. And if you do, you are locked into Madolches for the rest of the turn. So basically, you can special summon, they ash you, you can still then, because that you didn't get to special summon, you can then still access your other non-Madolche extra deck monsters and all that. So that's, in a sense, the good thing about her. Next you play Triple Angeli. This is pretty standard in a sense, as well as Triple Hoot Cake, because you go Angeli into Hoot Cake, or you can go now Angeli into Petting Successor and make your plays. I play Triple Messenger Gelato. I special summon him like there's no tomorrow. He does come up a lot. There's been times when most of my plays I end up having to go 1, 2, and 3, and then make a ridiculously good board or big board, essentially. So I prefer to play him at 3. People do play him at 2, so you can drop him to 2, but I personally prefer to play him at 3. Next, Triple Mutely. Reason being, this card alone helps out to unclog any sort of dead cards, considered dead cards, like Messenger Gelato or Pudding Cess from your hand. It also helps to extend your board by summoning itself out. Make your Sistart before, actually summon out with Mutely, then use Pudding Cessor, and then you make your Sistart with your target that you special summoned with, and then you can proceed to OTK fairly easily with the Pudding Cessor on her own. So, in the pure build, Mutely is very viable to be played at 3, as well as to mention that I've done I think 3 or 4 months ago, I did do OTK combos with Pitting Sasur, and Mufli Angelic is one of them. So it is, Mufli is very good to have in the pure build. Next, I play Triple Pitting Sass. A lot of people will probably question why I play this at 3. Like, you can probably get away with playing at 2, or ideally you'd play at 1. I play her at 3 because of the amount of times I like to consider the loop play, where you get 1 out, shuffle 1 back in, and summon out 2 more with Ticket and Chocolate Mode, and then you just then overlay these 2 to another Chocolate Mode, and you just go absolute ham. Admittedly, you can. Today in one of my matches, I did open up with 2, but I still had Pudding Sasso to get out the 3rd one from my deck. Didn't really see any point in play, and then I just Tribute Summoned because whatever I had on top, so I had not only go with the Chocolate Mode play, I then got out my Tiramisu that I shuffled back in to then Tribute Summon 1 from my hand to make those 2 into another Chocolate Mode. So yeah, 3 is what I like to personally say is my sort of fun preference. But if you want to really go competitive, you can like just drop it to 1. It's perfectly fine at 1. Next, onto spells. Double Chateau. This card is too good now for a pure build. There was one time I was considering hoping in one of my games today I did want to see a 3rd one because I needed to add to hand and shuffle my Madolche's Engraved back into my deck, but yeah, 2 to me is still a good, decent ratio to play. Don't play at 1 because there'll be times where you want to sort of, if you do the Chocolate Mode play with Paying Cessor, you do want to keep adding it, play this, shuffle in, and then just keep going. 2 ticket as well, because generally, I mean, yeah, sure, you can have the 1 ticket, but it's always nice to have a backup, especially if it gets destroyed, you then add the 2nd one, it'll be in your hand ready for if it gets destroyed. Admittedly, it's now harder to do so with Sistart pointing to a lot of your Madolches. But yeah, I personally prefer to play at 3. Okay, next, Triple Call by Brave. Standard. Ash is like the enemy of this deck, but you can now bait out Ash, so Call by Grave is still needed. Double Twin Twister for back row destruction in the event that there are floodgates or you're ready on the field and stuff like that. It's nice to have. For 1-ofs, I played the Warren Raigeki, as I mentioned earlier. It's very good to have board wipes, Dark Hole as well, and 1 Monster Reborn, kind of like an extender. My 1 tech, double summon, this could have been the 3rd Chateau, but it did help out at the time when you open a Magdalene and double summon good old plays. Or if you really want to be a bit spicy, I like to always shout out to chain summoning instead of double summon. That's one of the cards I've been known to play a lot of the time. Next on to traps. Triple I main, triple evenly. I'm a turn 2 deck. People will be surprised thinking like I deliberately want to go 2nd, play the evenly, you main the evenly, and also I main a triple red reboot. Regardless of what deck you're playing against, if they have traps that can stop you, floodgate you, and you've got an OTK play, just play red reboot. Didn't come out against my old guys matchup, but it was just there as a safety. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, hands down, I play triple Chocolate Mode and triple Tiramisu. These 2 are like hands down for a pure build Madolche deck. I feel you can get away with running only 2 of each, but I personally like to play 3 3-ofs for the deck. You generally will find yourself having to either, in this case, have to banish 1 Tiramisu out, you have to, you always make it into a Chocolate Mode regardless, so yeah, Chocolate Mode is now viable to play a lot more because of Petting Cessor. Tiramisu is still hands down, best rank 4 monster there is for most part, or often there with a lot of the non-banned rank 4s. On to still going with XYZs. Played the 1 Levias, didn't come up today, but it was always nice to have a full backup plan in the event that you can Mufli Angeli play, good old bread and butter combo, assuming you've been given an extra monster zone, or you can go with Mufli Hoot Cake with the play. One Go Cowboy and the one number 41. 41 is generally sort of your turn 1 play until we get our new Madolche Glass Souffle. Otherwise, you know, let's have it in there. Go Cowboy can be any extra deck monster you want. I just have it in just to play for games. But yeah, that's that. On to links, you have the one Lansverinkus. Just for that, I play triple Sistart. Now, I heavily did say that she's not actually good for the OTK plays when she first came out. But after playtesting her, I could see that I did actually need her. And then once that was a thing, I basically went out of my way to sort of get a sort of binder set of Sistarts by set up with a double page spread of first eds and another double page spread for unlimited, because I really undervalued her. She really does come into play a lot now in the pure build, and I wish to seek redemption essentially, and from Sinning saying that she's a bad card, and in its wake we got Petting Sasseur, which now makes her very viable and more wanted to play. Simply because Petting Sasseur does lock you out into Madolches. You find yourself linking one into one zone, making a whole bunch big board of Madolches, and then linking the one that's already in your zone into a second one, and you know, having a third one is just nice to have. I probably will drop this to 2 once we get our Glass Souffle, but for the most part, I can see is that number 41 and Gaga Cowboy will be dropped out for Petting Sasseur, the Glass Souffle, which will be coming out in the next set in May, which will make Mageline a 1-card OTK. Anyway, so that's it for Sistart, and for the rank link 4s, I play 1 Borrowload, 1 Skull Dread. These can be like any link 4s. Borrowload over Borrowsword, firstly because I don't have one, but secondly, Borrowload is just for the steel, non-target steel, because you don't need to OTK with Borrowsword because your Madolches already do that anyway. Skull Dread is definitely there to just extend boards, assuming you haven't used Princess yet, because you can do all your shenanigans, summon this out, then use Petting Sasseur to then be locked into Madolches. So that is it for the deck profile. Hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you do want to see the Brilliant build, now that we only got the one Brilliant Fusion, I can be requested. I can be happy to do that. Otherwise, you can find it on my own channel, or you know, whatever you guys want. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, happy dueling!
What's up YouTube, Dad here from All Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well, and don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019 we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always guys, happy dueling.